Howdy folks, Keywii here, and welcome back to Factorio Passing the Torch, a safe space in which we awesome where, well, this is possibly going to be the last episode. If nothing unforeseen happens, then we're officially done. What do you think of that, Hero? Where'd you go?
I came over here to look for something to break so things slow down. I came over here because, like, you know what? We never actually did make those Module 2 deals, so I came down here to see if there was a spot to make those.
Well, I mean, first of all, it'd take too long, and secondly, 2 isn't even the final one. You'd want to make 2s and then 3s.
Yeah.
We sort of put ourselves into a corner a little bit with the way we did things, because we have Speed Module 2s, or we have Speed Module 1s up here, but usually what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to set it, here's a stopping point. We don't have enough advanced circuits. We might fucking run out before we finish. Right, but what you're supposed to do is supposed to have it set so that it's a system where it builds 1s, and then that system goes directly into building 2s and then 3s. So there is no in between. Now, obviously, you would only ever leech off the speed module 1s for, like, crafting purposes, but otherwise, yeah, this is a thing. There's a lot of things in our factory that have basically fucked us into mass producing anything really. Because I'm not sure if you noticed in my train world, in my 1.15 world, where we got a lot of our blueprints, but there's the main bus has 4 rows of iron. This only has 1 row. We never actually fixed that in any way.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see here. We're at 75%. And our processing units are slowing down too. Not good. Oh, there it goes. Because our processing units and our speed module 1s are just running out. They're being made, but very slowly. So we're probably going to stop at like 95% and then be here for 3 hours. That's just what I predict. It likely won't get that bad, but you know, it'll be a thing.
Yeah.
Now's the time to look at your achievements and see the ones you didn't do.
Already.
I got up to 4. Well, I mean 8, but you know, I can't do 4 of them anymore because they're all like time based or challenge based. Like there's at the very bottom, you'll likely find 4 that are crossed out. One of them is called the Lazy Bastard achievement. Win the game by crafting no more than 111 items manually. And that is entirely possible. You just...
like, beeline for the robots.
Well, no, it's not, because it's factory-based, not robot-based. It's not placing things down, it's building them by hand. So what you do is you, like, very incredibly carefully, like, race your way to a factory 3. And just sort of use that, like, place one down every time you want to craft literally anything. And it's not a thing I would ever do, because 111, that's legitimately, you have to plan for, like, years before you can even attempt to do that. And there's videos online that'll show you how, so you don't have to actually plan for years, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, we're at 90%. Now we're about to get 93. Well, maybe. We're running out of processing units. So,
yeah.
what would you say is your favorite part of the series thus far?
Putting things together. Like,
be specific.
Building the, let's see here. Which one was my favorite? It was one of the ones down... Oh. The, where is it? It's over here on this left side. Yeah. Building the module 1s over here.
Huh?
Building the module 1s, because it required the circuits, which I actually really did like. And I'm a little sad I didn't get to play around with the circuits a little more.
Oh, what do you mean?
Or not the circuits, the systems.
Oh, the wiring.
Like with the wiring and the... Let me just open the...
Well, I mean, vanilla doesn't require it too hard, because a lot of wiring is... unless you're doing, like, a cool thing, which we never did, but... unless, like, modded, because vanilla, for at least the way I play, and you'll likely want to learn elsewhere, if you want to do something like that. But the way I play is I build the factories, and then, I don't really care if it backs up to a certain point. And then when it does, it just sits there, and then it pulls from itself periodically, because that's just the way I play. But I have played modded. If you check out my Rising the Bar series, where I rose the bar fucking hardcore, because I did one of the more in-depth and complicated mod packs on a Ribbon World, which I'm sure I've talked about with you.
Yeah, where it's like only so many deals wide, but it's like infinitely long.
Yeah, it was 70 tall because I wanted to do nuclear power, which I never actually ended up doing, and it went on infinitely. But it was a case of it was one of the most complex mod packs combinations, so it was just me fucking. It was very complicated. I forget where I started. Oh right, Angel's Bob's, which is the two people. Bob's Mods was the first one, and Angel came along, and he come over here.
All right.
And he came along, and he made it far more complicated, and it's really good, and I like it. And then there's advanced automation and stuff like that. And it was a case of this is the rocket. Do not hit launch. That's a very important button we do not touch.
There's a button that just says launch?
Yeah, walk away from that.
Where is it, though?
It's in there, but don't touch it.
I want to touch it.
Okay.
Is it a big old red button? If you say yes, I'm pressing it.
Well, it's not red.
Right,
it's a rectangular button that says launch. Anyway, so as I was talking about,
yes.
in that series, like, a significant majority of the machines had more than one output. It had one of them, as an example, it broke down coal into like carbon, but it had an output of like purified water or something like that. So it was a case where you had to balance both outputs, otherwise the machine would stop and you'd stop getting one. So that was basically the entire series was a balancing act of all of the outputs, which was really funny in retrospect. But it was a case of doing that, and it was a case of I had to wire up something because there was a thing I just didn't really need that much of, and I just kept like storing it in ginormous storage silos. And there's only so much, right? It eventually fills up, right. And then all of your factory shuts the fuck down. And I believe that was Crush Stone that did that. And so I had to wire up a system where it would do a certain thing, but only after this, and then also these three other things. So for you specifically, I recommend watching my Raising the Bar series. All
right.
Because, my God, it was so good. But yeah, no. For the most part, I'm a spaghetti lord, which you can evidently see at the beginning of our factory. Look at that mess.
Oh yeah, I think that's the fun part though. Is spaghettiing the track.
And if you look at our robo network, all the lines are pretty spaghettied.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. I am the self-proclaimed king of spaghetti. All bowed down. I will linguini your ass if you even speak up. And look at this mess. I love it. I love every second of it. But, as all good things do, some things must come to an end. And, as with all good things, I need to build a satellite, so hang on.
Quick, build it.
Well, it won't be quick. Hang on. I need to get all the parts. You got 5 radars on you?
5 radars. Oh, yes. I, in fact, have 50 plus radars.
Alright, throw 5 at me.
Okay, let's see here. And what is it? Shift on you?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I said 5.
You get 50.
Rocket fuel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need 100 solar panels and 100 accumulators. Oh, you're actually slightly faster than me. When that happened? You get more legs?
I got 4 legs, yeah.
Hmm.
That was a while ago, dude.
Well, I mean, I don't know. We don't really, like, run beside each other all that often.
We don't hang out and frolic through our factory.
Not really, no. Actually, no, no, put that back. Alright. I can now... Oh, okay. Well, now I can't.
Hooray! Everyone gets one.
That's really funny, because I was in my inventory running across.
That'll teach you to look both ways before crossing the track.
And these robots are busy taking all of the things out of my inventory. Oh, and they're also bringing me... Oh, no! Go away!
Wait. Look, he's missing items. Give it to him. Hurry.
No, go away. I just want to pick up my body. I can't build the satellite anymore. All the stuff's on my ground.
Nice. I see robots frantically trying to take things away from you.
Yeah.
Oh, I wanted that train to kill you again.
Well, no, I'm not saying it on the track intentionally.
Okay. Well, hang on a second. Do you mind pausing the video real fast?
Why is that?
I may have a restroom emergency.
Oh, yeah, we will be right back. And we're back! What's up?
So?
So, now that I'm no longer on the train track, I have all of the necessary ingredients for the satellite, which I am now making.
Yeah.
I could have let you make it, but whatever, whatever. Do you have... Actually, I have a car on me. Here we go.
Why would you need a car when you got a tank?
It's a speed thing.
Alright.
So, would you like to do the honors?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh boy. Oh, ooh, 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 ooh.
Be sure... before... Hang on. There we go. So, be sure to, before you hit launch, put the satellite into the rocket inventory.
Okay.
Don't hit launch, just put it in there.
Okay. I am now putting the satellite in my inventory.
Yeah, put it in the rocket inventory.
Let's see here. Okay. Satellite, where is that? There it is. I am placing it inside of the rocket inventory.
Alright, next step. I save, first of all. Let's save right here, right now. And then I want you to launch the rocket. I hope your game sounds are up.
Oh, dang. Let's see here. Crap, how do I put the game sounds up?
Well, can you hear the game normally?
Yeah.
Because you're about to get a big influx of some really awesome sounds. So make sure that it isn't like up, but that you can hear them.
Okay.
All right. Are you ready?
Let's see here. Oh, man. Oh, man. Okay, yeah. I'm ready.
All right. Hit it.
All right. Launch. Go. Go.
Oh, there it goes.
Hey.
I lost it. Alright, here are our kill counts. We played for 53 hours, 28 minutes, and 17 seconds. In that time, we killed 7,941 big spitters, 7,718 medium spitters. We never really got to the gargantuan enemies. Let's see here. Tree, medium biter, small spitter, small worm. The next thing was fast transport belt with 46, fast underground belt with 17, small electric poles 9, transport belt 9, wooden chest 9, characters 8, medium electric poles 6, and so on and so forth. So
Nice.
let's talk about this. Let's talk about the game we just played, Factorio.
Yeah.
Tell me your experience from the very beginning to the very end. Walk me through that.
So let's see here. At first, I was expecting the game to be a little more handholdy for some reason.
Okay.
But when I start to realize that just anything can be plugged into anything else, like the factories, you just literally slap an inserter into it. It just grabs from wherever it's grabbing from.
Yeah.
That's when I was like, oh dang, you can just do it. Like I immediately saw the appeal because you can just make anything out of anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Like aside from like piping for certain fluids. Like
Well,
you
I
can just
mean,
set up your
that does
literally.
kind of make sense.
Yeah. At first it didn't occur to me that because I was trying to figure out like, well, how do I make the science? Because like I wasn't seeing how things plugged into it.
Yeah.
And then when you set it up and like the track in the middle and then like the factories on the sides and like the track leading out of them, I was like, oh, you can just make it literally however you want.
That does explain why it took so long to figure out how to do the first science.
Yup. Oh, also, you were like, it's 1 to 1 to 5, and I didn't understand what that was. Because like I got confused. I thought we needed 5 gear, 5 copper, whatever, and then like 6 factories. And I couldn't figure out how that was supposed to work.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're like, oh, we need 10 factories.
See, to me, it isn't even just that I'm used to this specific game. It's that I'm used to this type of game, where the word ratio means a hell of a lot more to me than it does to you, apparently.
Yeah.
Where you do, like, something here at a certain amount, and then that equals a different amount elsewhere because of different speeds and different things. So to me, I think it was 1 to 5 to 10. To me, that all meant the same thing. And I felt at the time, and I got angry at you, and I really shouldn't have, because you were still new to the game, and I'm sorry about that, by the way. But I felt that I had fully explained how that works. But I only fully explained that to somebody who plays these types of games, but was new to Factorio, instead of somebody who was completely new to the whole genre itself.
Yeah. And it wasn't just a genre either. It was like, I don't play PC games. Which, I don't know. It's always a thing that confuses me, because, like, with even when we were playing, like, Unrailed, I was like, yeah, I don't play PC games. That's why I busted out the controller. And then, like, and then after that, it was, like, what was it, Burger Time?
Burger
like,
Bros.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and I was like, well, I'm going to use the controller, because I don't play PC games.
Well, I mean, those games lend very well to controllers, and a lot of those types of arcade games that I want to do with the Friend Zone, they do lend to controllers very well. Like, we want to do Overcooked, and we can't, but we want to. And those are very good controller games. This is not.
Yeah.
It's like trying to play WoW on a controller, you know? You don't do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, anyway.
I would...
Huh?
Yeah.
What?
I was gonna say, like, pretty much the only, like, online games I did play were, like, DC Universe. And that plays pretty okay on a controller.
I mean, I don't know. I've just sort of... when I moved to computer, I... other than Team Fortress 2, used the keyboard for it. Because, like, when I was a kid, like, the first games I sort of got were like, Roller Coaster Tycoon, you know? Okay. Very PC-heavy games. And SimCity 2000 as well. Like, those are PC games. You know, you can't... Yeah. Like, you probably can on a controller, but I don't think it'd work very well. So when I did, like, controller games, like, I did Sonic 2 as a young child, and then I did Banjo-Kazooie, which, phenomenal game there, and, like, I did GoldenEye, and, you know, I had the N64 childhood. So yeah. I was more of a console gamer, but then the people transitioned from 360 to Xbox One. And that's where I sort of dropped off of the console races because I'm just like, I mean, I don't want to get a new one. I don't even like Halo 4, the idea of it.
Yeah.
And so I moved over to PC, and I was still using a controller for TF2 for a while, but I eventually switched over, and I've never regretted that.
Nah. My experience with PC gaming was when I was living basically in Germany, and it was it was when we first moved in. We arrived before our stuff, so we didn't have our consoles with us, but we had the PC for some reason. And I was able to play like Earthworm Jim and like pinball on the PC.
But so, it took console games.
It took such a long time to get anything working on the PC. So I naturally have just a negative experience with games on the PC.
Ah, gotcha. Well, I can tell you right now that PC gaming is significantly better than it was.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Because every game, I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna give it a go and try it on PC. And then I look and like, boy, these parts for the PC to play the game are expensive. Guess I'm not doing that.
Well, I mean, this is a perfect gateway drug to PC gaming. At least I hope so.
Yeah. Factorio's pretty right.
Anyway, that was a very long off topic. You just sort of mentioned the beginning of your experience. You didn't mention the whole thing, so pick back up.
So let's see. Yeah, I did like my least favorite thing easily was the combat. Because I was trying to do it on controller, and the controller combat is not the goodest. My science is the worst. So then I started to like, okay, if I'm going to do combat, I need to use the controller, or not the controller, the keyboard.
Okay.
And that did make it easier. But my goodness, like. The moving around, because it still does hurt my wrists to use the keyboard.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Yeah, it got better as I switched from controller to keyboard to start doing crap. And I was like, all right, cool, that's fun. And then when I started using the keyboard just for everything, because I like one day I just forgot to plug in the controller and just played it with the keyboard. And I was like, all right, cool, this game's pretty all right. But then I remembered like, oh dang, there's a bunch of keyboard commands for that, and I remembered none of them, which I'm sure you noticed.
Well, I mean, there was a moment there, yeah. What about after that? Because we're back on controllers again.
Yeah. So after that, my favorite part was like when I figured out how to put the armor on. My favorite part was just upgrading my armor.
Okay.
And just making myself better, because like moving around faster and then putting on the night goggles, because nighttime was freaking scary. When I got the night goggles, I was like, oh, I'm invincible. I can see everything now.
Well, then nighttime actually, humorously enough, nighttime in this game used to be a lot scarier. Because it was like pitch black, and like early on, it used to be that the biters running up to you weren't like bugs that sort of moved like in a progressive thing. They were like human-ish like creatures that sort of fucking sprinted at you. So there's just a group of those, and they just fucking came at you, and you died, and it was terrifying.
Oh yeah, easily the worst thing about this game is the because like I always remember like before we got our walls up, I was like, oh man, this is fun building stuff, and then we had to like stop the fun to kill bugs.
So, well, I mean, the combat in this game has always sort of been lackluster. Back in the day, back in the not the earliest days, but like .11, I believe, the version of the game, there was only 4 sciences, right? There was red, green, blue, and then there was alien science. Alien science was purple, and what happened was you had to destroy a base to get a certain amount of like these pink alien artifacts from them, which you then turned into alien science. And that was the only reason the aliens existed, for the most part, because none of the rest of the game required that much expanding, I guess you could say. So it was a case of you just destroyed them, they were gone, and that was it. But you needed to keep destroying them because you needed to get the alien artifacts, and like it was the worst possible thing. Combat now is a lot better, especially since they've added the tank, they added artillery, they added rockets and uranium bullets, and they added a lot more to the combat. We didn't even get to experiment with the atomic bombs, which those are fun. But yeah, no, the combat in this game is a lot better, but it's still not Factorio, I guess you could say.
Yeah, I think I would have liked the combat a little better if I figured out about the power armor sooner.
Ah,
Because there were moments where like there was long moments where I eventually upgraded it from like the basic one to the one that like the module armor,
uh-huh.
but then like not putting anything inside the module armor. Like I had the things in my inventory, but not inside the module armor. But once I figured that out and got like the lasers and the battery packs and the power armor, or not the armor, the energy shields, that's when I was like, oh man, now the combat's super fun.
Okay.
Like when we got to that point, I was actually wanting to go and fight things because like I was able to actually go out and like start destroying bases, but just by myself, which was pretty fun.
You know, I did notice that switch.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, is that it?
Like,
Is that all your experience?
Yes, combat's fun, and I wanted what I wanted to do in one episode. I was trying to think about it. I wanted to make a factory far away from where our main base was, and what I wanted to do was just make a couple of factories and basically a carousel. That way, I would just go out there and ride one piece.
That was a word you liked a lot.
Yeah, and like the factory, what I wanted to do was just make a whatever, so I never actually had to go back to our main base. I can just hang out and out at our outpost that I wanted to make, but never did.
Okay.
Well, actually, that was another thing I was thinking of when I was making that. When I disconnected the radar, I was going to make module 2 factories up at the top north corner and just made a bunch of robot ports, so robots would eventually go all the way up there and come all the way back.
I mean, that'd be pretty cool, but it'd be so energy consumption.
It would, but that's the thing I wanted to do. But it's fine.
Okay, well, what about the end?
The end? Yeah, it was pretty fun. I was really sad because I did realize, oh no, we're making the last science. That's it. We're gonna launch the rocket and be done with it. And it was really nice. It was cool to watch the rocket fly off, and that's what I was going to ask you was, can we watch if the rocket's just going up? Can we get into our car and just blast off north to see if we can follow the rocket all the way up?
We can, in fact, and you know what? That's what we're going to do. I'm going to load up the game, and we're going to do that, and that's going to send off the series.
Nice.
So let me open up the world.
Let's see here. Let me look for the world again.
Because if you recall, I saved it just at the end.
Yay.
All right, world is open.
The lies, Keywii says.
Also, I will point out, throughout the last half of your conversation, I was killing a spider. I saw a spider on my wall. Yeah, in real life. I saw a spider on my wall, and it was there, and I tried to squish it, but it hit the ground, and I had to fucking deal with that. So I grabbed the Febreze to drown the thing, and I couldn't find it for a while. So, like, literally I'm running around, and then every time I have to, like, interact with you, I'm just, like, 2 seconds earlier, I, like, run back to my computer, I'm like, yeah, okay, and then I run back.
Nice. Boy, you know what a gateway drug is to PC gaming? I freaking love me some survival horror, and I mega want to play.
We're at the end! Get in the car!
Dead by Daylight. I had to load back into the game.
Okay. This is the end of the series. We're officially done Factorio after this. It's been fun. I love each and every one of you. Hero loves you too.
I do.
And I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. It's been a huge pleasure for me, or not pleasure. It's been a huge honor for me to do my final Factorio series with somebody I'm teaching. This has been a great experience for me. And I just want to say that even if this is the last thing Hero and I record, which it isn't since we're still doing the Friend Zone stuff, but if it is, then this has been a good one.
Yeah.
Right, but let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh,
zoom out.
I'm gonna zoom out all the way. Yeah.
Watch the rocket.
All right, let's get to go.
Oh, come on.
Oh no,
It's falling behind. Oh,
oh,
there it
that
is.
thing off. Goodness.
All right, but that'll be it. So long, everyone. I love you. Goodbye.
Bye bye.